There's no notion that a child born on American soil is automatically an American citizen, regardless of the nationality of their parents or the legality of presence of their parents. Well, it doesn't come from the law. It's all make-believe. Now, the people claiming this, he writes, the courts will invalidate Trump's executive order. Birthright citizenship is in plain text in the Constitution, and the history of the provision clearly supports it. See also U.S. v. Wong Kim Ark. Now, he's referring to the 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. And people see that and they say, well, it says right there, all persons born or naturalized in the United States. And their low IQ take is, that's it. Well, what they skip, of course, is the second provision, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. If they do notice it at all, they say, well, that just means you have to obey the law. That is a low IQ take on that language. We know it doesn't mean that at all. Obviously, everyone in the U.S. has to obey American laws. That's different than citizenship jurisdiction. These are two different things. And we know they're two different things. And we know they were recognized as two different things because the men who wrote and ratified the 14th Amendment told us so. The only real purpose of the 14th Amendment was to provide citizenship to the newly freed Black slaves. The 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868, immediately after the Civil War, specifically for the purpose of providing citizenship to freed Black slaves who would otherwise be stateless. They had no claim to citizenship in any other nation. Can't have that. So we sought to make them American citizens. How do we know that's the purpose of the 14th Amendment? Well, because in the senatorial debates, the men who wrote and ratified the 14th Amendment told us this. Salisbury, I do not presume that anyone will pretend to disguise the fact that the object of this 14th Amendment citizenship clause is simply to declare that freed slaves shall be citizens of the United States. And what about second clause there, subject to the jurisdiction thereof? Did it just mean you have to obey the laws? No, it meant more than that. It meant you were subject to the complete and exclusive jurisdiction of the United States. In other words, that you had no loyalty to any other sovereign state, no other citizenship when you bore children. Senator Howard, this will not, of course, citizenship include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens, are citizens of another nation. Of course, amongst that group would include ambassadors or foreign ministers, but not exclusively those persons. Senator Howard again. What about Native Americans? They're obviously born on U.S. soil. Are they American citizens? Not if they maintain a citizenship, a membership, a loyalty to their tribe. He also argued, without being contested, it cannot be said of any Indian who owes allegiance, partial allegiance, if you please, to some other government, his tribe, that he is subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. It is only those persons who come completely within our jurisdiction, who are subject to our laws, that we think of making citizens.